qualifying, as we're just waiting for everyone to get in the lobby. Round 1 is here at Australia, and I'm joined by Mechanical after his lovely break with Tier 1. How you doing, Carl?
Yeah, not too bad. Kind of glad to be back with the Tier 2s. I kind of knew a few of the Tier 1s, but the thing is, I was only there for a couple of races, didn't really know, much of what the guys themselves race like, so it was a little more difficult to commentate on those guys, because I haven't seen them racing week in, week out like I do these guys.
Yeah.
I kind of know what to expect from these guys, and I know if somebody's made a mistake or, kind of genuinely done something daft, or, I can kind of see what's going to happen with them. Whereas with the Tier 1s, I was a little kind of out of my element, because I don't really see much with the Tier 1 guys.
Yeah.
It's nice to be back here with the guys that I'm used to.
Right.
Although we do have a couple of new additions.
Yes, we do.
A couple of reserves again, but we do have a couple of new additions as well. Moving up and down.
With FVRL Paranoid coming back up from Tier 2 after winning the Tier 3 championship.
Yep. And we have Red Dog moving down from Tier 1 as well.
Carl, would you mind turning up? Actually, wait, it may not be you, it may just be me. If you give me 1 sec. Yeah, no, oh wait. That's what it is. There we go.
You got it sorted now? I was going to say,
Yeah.
I haven't changed my settings since the last time we went and did comms together, so my voice should be perfectly fine.
Yeah. But yeah, as well as a couple new additions to Tier 2, we've got a new calendar.
We do. 15 rounds, and we're starting here at Australia.
Yeah.
So, 1 second, and I shall pull up the calendar, and we will give it a quick rundown. So, it's going to be the same calendar for the F1s and the F2s. So we will be starting here in Australia for round 1. Next week we're going to be at China for round 2. Then we're going to Italy for Imola of round 3. Netherlands for round 4. Belgium for round 5, so we'll be in Spa. Hungary for round 6. I'm quite looking forward to Hungary, hoping I don't have another mistake like last season. And then we've got round 7 at Spain, so we'll be repeating the pre-season there. And then we've got Monza at round 8, which funny enough was our second pre-season.
And I will not be here for Monza.
Ah, you'll be missing Monza.
Yeah. Thank God.
So, apparently the guys are saying I'm a bit quiet, so what I'm going to do, I will just turn up my mic just a little bit, just in case that is the issue. Just give me a second. Right. There you go, that's turned up. Is that just a little bit better, guys? Where was I? So, yeah, Monza. So, that was round 8. So, round 9 we've got Bahrain. Round 10 we've got Baku. I am not a fan of that track, but...
I could not race at Baku.
I had a good result there, so I can't completely write off Baku. I did last season, and I got a good result, so we'll just see it. We'll wing that one.
Yeah.
Round 11 will be Canada. Round 12 will be USA. Round 13 will be Great Britain. Round 14 will be Austria, and the season finale, round 15, will be in Portugal.
Now, Carl, what tracks are you looking forward to out of those 15?
I'm looking forward to Hungary. I have a lot of pace in Hungary. Hoping, again, like I said before, that I don't have another mistake like I had last season that cost me a really good result in Hungary. Imola, again, that was one, a little mistake cost me a really good result in Imola. So I'm looking forward to both of those two and trying to have a better result than I had last season because of mistakes I made myself. So I'm kind of looking forward to those two so I can rectify those mistakes. What about yourself?
I'm looking forward to Spa. That'll be a fun one.
I do like Spa.
And then, just because I didn't manage to race it last season, thanks to me being stuck in first gear, that would be Baku.
Well, like I say, I'm not big on Baku. If there's a track on that entire calendar that I really am not a fan of, it would be Baku, followed by China.
Yeah, I was. The next question that I was going to ask you is, what track are you not looking forward to?
Baku and China are my least favourite tracks on the calendar, but saying that, it is a great looking calendar and I do actually like most of those races. So to be honest with you, China and Baku are a little not a big fan, but again, I've had pretty decent results in both of them, so you know, kind of anything can happen.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward whichever way we're going.
The track I'm not looking forward to, well, tracks, because there are quite a few that I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah, let's not list the entire season.
China.
Yeah.
Netherlands.
Again, China, I'm not a big fan. I like Netherlands.
Monza and Portugal.
I like Monza and Portugal as well. But again, it's one of those, it's like Baku. It's down to what sort of experiences you've had at those tracks and how you feel in confidence in driving around them. I'm not a big fan of China, and I'm not a big fan of Baku, but both tracks I've had decent results at. And in fact, if I have a quick look, so China I managed a P5 last season, and Baku I got a P4. So
not bad.
Solid results at both tracks, and both of those two tracks are probably my least favourite on the calendar this year.
Yeah.
I say this year. I keep saying that, but it's this season.
Yeah.
Doing that. I think we all do it though.
Armin86 says hi guys, and Cameron Poulter says good to be back.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So apparently I'm still a bit quiet, but that's just because you're loud. So, but that's quite normal.
Yeah, I'm usually quite loud.
The driver's grid then. So in the Ferraris, we've got El Jobo and Aidan Gray, which are my counterparts for tonight, because I am a Ferrari driver too. Armin and Cammy are both going to be in the Williams.
Miss you, Cammy. Miss you already.
And then in the Haas, we've got Red Dog and Scotty. In the Alpha Tauris, we've got Jack Slater and Paranoid. Paranoid being the Tier 3 champion from last season. And then in the Aston Martins, we've got Nico Rosberg, not the Nico Rosberg, our own Nico Rosberg, and Warrior Huntsman. In the Alfa Romeos, we've got Clay and Cameron Poulter. In the Alpines, we've got Kulpi and Joseph. In the Mercedes, we've got Matthias and Matey Boy. I believe you're with Mercedes again, aren't you?
Yeah, for 2 seasons in a row, I'm with Mercedes.
Yeah, I had Williams for seasons 2 and 3, so, you know, it's nice for a change for me. So in the McLarens then, we've got Henke, who is moving down from Tier 1, and Schnitzy. And then in the Red Bulls, we've got Kieran and Rhinosaurus. Rhinosaurus, who I believe is checked out for tonight, so we've got Sky replacing him.
And then...
Didn't see who the other checkout was. Huntsman.
Warrior Huntsman.
So...
And Huntsman's replacement for this evening is our very own Osso Bosso. Cammy says, don't miss you, Ninja, need more insults. You weren't giving me enough at Merc, so I had to bring out my true George Russell in the Williams. Well, now that you're not a Mercedes driver, the insults are going to be coming in quick.
Well, he's going to be making up for last season because you're not his teammate anymore, that's what he means.
Yeah.
And me, as always, I'll abuse you just because it's fun. I don't care. How it is.
Yeah.
So
my teammate
getting close, aren't we? We are. We have a minute until ready up, so we've timed that almost to perfection. We've done both the driver grid and the calendar, and still got a minute to spare.
Yeah, my teammate betraying me and is in the Aston Martin and that would be Osso Bosso, which I'm quite looking forward to.
It's okay. How many times last season did my own teammate go scoring points for other teams? We had him, whilst he was in the Williams with us, scoring points for Alfa Romeo, who were direct rivals to us for P2 in the Constructors.
Ooh.
Yeah. Needless to say, you got a little bit of abuse about that. But, you know, it's all fun and games, you know, and we all had a great season last season. I think everyone enjoyed it, so...
Everyone loved last season.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Osso's just dropped in and said good evening. So good evening, Osso. And Coolpy dropped in with P2 last season. Let's finish the job I've been trying since season 1 and try and finally win.
Ooh.
Win, he means win the title, not the race. And Kieran says good evening. It is good to be back. Yes, it is. And he is gonna have a bit of a rough one tonight, I think.
Yeah.
His injury, but he has been doing a lot of practice. I've spent quite a bit of time with him doing some practice, and he has been doing his best with his hand injury. So
yeah, and right. Cammy's just said, "Speak for yourself. Last season was rough for me."
The only time last season was rough for you was when we were picking on you. Stop complaining.
And then
we do have ready up now as well.
Yeah. So good luck to all those driving.
Yeah, so Kuppy says, Tier 2, watch out, season is long and I'm bringing out all the guns, followed by a DNF in Q1.
Nice.
Typical of Kuppy, that is.
Oh yeah.
Fully expected to crash instantly.
So, Australia, Q1.
I'm still not really sure about this track, you know. I said the same thing last season when we were here. Compared to a couple of games ago, it just feels slippy. It feels like they have made changes to it since we was last here, actually. It does feel a little bit different. But it's still very, very easy to lose it in certain turns.
Yeah.
Especially the likes of turn 2 if you get too much inside curb, turn 5 if you get too much inside curb, turn 12 on either the inside or the exit curb. So
turn 11 and 12 is just turn 11 and 12.
The thing is, 11's not the problem, but 11 can line you up badly for 12. It's 12 that's the problem. You hit the inside of 12 or the outside of 12, and it's just going to launch you into a wall like you don't even care. It's going to claim a kill streak tonight, I guarantee it. As Kieran does say, the injury is a metacarpal in 5 pieces. Yes, well... It's an injury, but I didn't really want to go into the details of the injury because it's not my injury to be telling everybody listening about. So,
right.
You know, trying to be a little bit respectful, and that's very unlike me, so I should definitely stop doing that. Cammy, come back here, I need someone to abuse.
As Jado says, come on Red Bull.
So, we shall...
As there is a car leaving the pits, and I believe... that would be...
So, the big question is, I wonder how many people out there have got new helmets.
Ooh.
I know Kieran has. I've already been talking to Kieran, so I know Kieran got a new helmet. But I wonder how many other drivers have got a helmet change. Oh, it looks very, very dark. What's the weather going to be like out there, guys? It looks very overcast right now as I'm on board with Cameron.
Yeah.
We've also got to get used to the fact that everybody's in different cars. As I come and I see Cameron in his car, I'm thinking Schnitzy from last season.
Yes.
Cameron's usually in a Red Bull. This is going to confuse the hell out of us for the next race or two. So we will apologise right now if we make any mistakes on which driver's which, just based on the car we're looking at.
Yeah.
So...
Cammy said, yeah.
According to Cammy, yeah. And Kieran says, quick shout out to the Tier 1 Red Bull guys too. So... I think J-Doy just meant come on Red Bull in general, but yeah. You know, he's cheering on the Red Bull as much as we're quietly cheering on our own teams as well. You know, being on comms, we can't be bias at all, but of course we always want our own teams to do well, so we always keep an eye on our own guys.
Wow.
Except
And
if it's Cammy, and then if it's Cammy, we just abuse him.
Yeah. Unless it's your actual teammate.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I had that problem last season.
Yeah. That it is going to be a nightmare for me today as Camion gets started.
But I'll tell you something, Osso is a very, very good teammate to have.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Trust me, you don't even need to say anything.
Cameron's invalidated straight away.
Invalidated. So, the thing is with him is, you don't even need to say to him anything when it comes to it. If he sees you're on a faster set of tyres or you're just moving faster behind him during the race, he'll just move over at a safe point and just let you pass.
Yeah.
Because he knows you'll do exactly the same thing for him if it was the other way around.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You don't need any communication with him about that. It's just purely respect, and it works both ways. And I think we did it the entire season, and we made one mistake doing it, and that was at Brazil. We both tried to move out of each other's way at the same time.
Oh.
Really poor timing, and he ended up with a broken wing. But but on the whole, we were helping each other as much as we possibly could. So he's a very, very good teammate to have. I thoroughly enjoyed having him as a teammate last season. Oh,
we've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Thanks to, I think that is an Alpine.
Not sure who that is. I'm actually on board with Jobo, and I haven't
had same
time at all.
But luckily he is coming to the end of his lap.
Whoa, that was a lot of curb on the inside. That was lucky, because that could have spun him straight
and it's
down
a 123.6.
I expected a little bit faster than that, I'll be honest.
Oh, it is Armin.
But saying that, the track, it's got to be cooler than we'd expect as Red Dog goes in there with a 23.5. The track is probably a little bit cooler and Matthias is out.
Yeah, Henke sets a 123 flat.
That is...
And Armin has no front wing.
That is turn 5. He looks like he's clipped the inside curb at turn 5 that I mentioned earlier, and it's threw him into the wall on the right hand side.
Ooh.
As Henke does go fastest, yeah. So
as Cameron says, track is slippy.
Yeah, so the track in general is a slippy track, but looking at the weather, it may be...
Aiden Gray!
Yeah, he's been banging in really good laps like that. All throughout practice. Yeah, this track is very, very slippy. But because if you look at the weather, it's very overcast. I expect that the track temperature is a few degrees lower than you would expect it to be. And that's making it even slippier.
Yeah.
So, has Paranoid snuck in there with a 23 flat? Only half a tenth faster than Teddy Henke as well. As that is Henke getting out of the way of his McLaren teammate Schnitzy there.
I'm on board with Osso's just coming up to the last few corners.
I just jumped on board with Cammy. I want to see if he can screw his first lap up. He hasn't yet, and I missed him at 11 and 12 as well, so I didn't get to laugh at him if he lost it there.
Osso just clipping the curb. As Blue Nisol says, hi guys. Well, evening.
Hi Blue.
Yeah.
Like 23.4, that was a pretty good time. That's good enough for P7. So who else have we got out there? Nico Rosberg's mowing the grass in his Aston Martin. Matey Boy is...
El Jobbo is 8 tenths up.
Yeah, Matey Boy is half a second faster himself, and he's just coming around the last couple of corners. As Paranoid goes 22.2. He's found another 4 tenths on Aiden there.
Jesus.
I am glad at this point that he has not stayed in tier 3 with us.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
at that
I got scared.
Yeah, I am glad he's a great guy to race with, but when he's...
As our Jobbo goes a 22.2 as well.
See, that's what I'm on about. Like, it's nice see we've got two Ferraris up near the top. That's a good place to start from the Ferrari team there. Not being biased, but you know, I am Ferrari this season, so it's nice to
As
see.
Matey Boy is recharging by the looks.
So I've just jumped on board with Red Dog, who's on a lap at the minute.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out what was going on, because his car sounded like he was struggling. But I don't know if it's just the game being the game or whether he is, but he looks like he's going
Joseph
for it.
is half a tenth up in the first sector.
No, he's about 2.5 seconds down Red Dog, so he won't be. As Kieran has snuck out whilst we weren't looking and gone back into the pits and put in a 22.9.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. I mean, I've seen him putting in times around about the 22.7, 22.9 ballpark, so that's right about where I've seen him getting in practice, as Joseph runs very wide on the exit 12.
Yeah. Hello, old jobber.
As Henke's now gone out and split the two Ferraris up the top there. Who else have we got? Coolpy is out there. Coolpy's down in P13.
Ooh.
Oh, now he's in the wall. So that is P14. He is out.
As
Loses it
Joseph
out of
set a 123.1.
He did say he was going to bin it in Q1. So to be fair to him, he's a man of his word.
Yeah.
So I'm just on board with Sky.
Me too.
All the time I've been going on about this with helmets, and not once have I actually paid any attention to anyone's helmet. So while you're doing that, then I'll jump on board with Clay. He's got a quite visible helmet there, green and yellow or gold perhaps, and very white. Cameron Poulter still hasn't managed to settle lap yet, but he is coming to the end of his lap, so 23.2, it's only good enough for P10. Let's jump back on with his teammate Clay then, and see how Clay's getting on.
As Sky's just about to cross the line, and it is a 22.8.
So Clay does a 27.5 sector 1. I don't know how that's stacking up against everyone else, because this is his first lap as well, so oh, he's got a bit of a wobble coming out of turn 9 there. I think it's 9.
Gainful says, let's go Alpha Tower boys, and Kieran says, my helmet will stay as is all season.
Yes, I was well aware of his. I was going to try and get you to be able to show it whilst he's out on track, but he's currently not out on track.
Ah.
So, we were talking about it last night. He's gone for a very distinctive colour, and he has his own personal reasons as to why he's chosen those colours, but he has said he is keeping it all season, so I was going to try and see if we can jump on with it. So that was
Kieran says Sky and Red Dog doing a Sky and Scotty. I just looked at yeah.
Times. Absolutely.
As Aiden overtakes Teddy Hankey.
Yeah. Look how little's between these guys. So Paranoid with a 22.209 and Teddy Hankey with a 3.83. So there's about a 1/10.5 between the top 4. And if we was to go for a full second would be P1 to P11.
Cammy snuck out.
Yeah, Cammy snuck out. Yeah, he's running around in the George Russell helmet. So he is really channeling his inner George.
And he is 4 tenths up in the first sector.
Yeah, he may have just had a bad run through 1 and 2 initially, because they are difficult to get 1 and 2 right. You mess up 1 and you're going to drift through 2, and it just loses so much time.
As we're just about to come up to turn 11 and 12, how is Cammy going to do? Still 4 tenths up.
Oh, slightly wide there. That did not help him at all.
One thing I do not like is the Williams dashboard.
No, I absolutely, thoroughly hated that thing. But saying that, I did rather enjoy being in the Williams. I really did enjoy it as a car. I just hated the fact that when you turn, you can't see your speedo anymore.
As Cammy sets
I never drove in cockpit view because you could never
a
see
123.3.
He lost about 0.3 in that
Last sector.
last sector, yeah. Jack Slate is very, very slow out there. Nico Rosberg is invalidated, but he needs to get a move on. He's got 5 minutes left, and he's in the drop zone.
Also, 1/10 up.
Matey Boy and Osso need to improve their times, because if Clay or Nico Rosberg improve their times, they're in the danger zone there. Same with Jack Slater for that matter. He's just come out of the way of Osso, in fact. So, let's see what is happening then.
And Kieran says, I'll be coming back up soon. As it also
his helmet stayed as it is for the last 2 seasons and probably will never change. And Kieran says he will be coming back out soon, so you'll have a chance to have a little sneaky look at his helmet then.
Yeah, we all know Kieran. One banker lap, smoke, next lap.
Yeah, smoke break.
As Jack Slater is out.
Yeah, he's been it as well, so that means
Turn 5.
If Nico Rosberg can improve, then we will only lose one driver.
As Schnitzy crosses the line and he goes a 1/10.5 slower.
So that was purple middle there. Oh no! Nico Rosberg purple middle and then bins it out of turn 12.
Ooh.
So Clay now has to improve to overtake Jack Slater to go through if he can, and everybody else is safe.
Yeah.
It's purely down to whether Clay can now beat Jack Slater or not.
I mean, it's only a 1/10 as Cameron Poulter is 2/10 up in the second sector.
Yeah, absolutely. He looked very, very unsettled as he went through 11 and 12 then. I'm not sure if that was just the way he took it or something to do with his setup, but he looks a little bit unsettled.
As Cameron Poulter comes up to the last corner.
I am actually going to stay on with Clay. He might get a bit of a toe off his teammate here if he's quick enough.
And he goes a 122.9, puts in P8. And there he is. There's Kieran. Oh, it is quite a nice helmet.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's a beautiful toe there from Cameron for Clay. I said he might get a toe from his teammate.
Oh, Kieran's gone. He is round.
Yeah, but he is safe, so he doesn't need to panic. The only person who right now needs to get a time in to improve is Clay.
Let's see how he's doing.
He's coming towards the end of sector 2 now.
El Jabbo goes a 22 flat.
I'll tell you something, those Ferraris are not messing about, are they? They just want to go for it.
Aiden's out.
Yeah, he's just
That's in the
retired
pits.
session because he knows he's safe. That's all that is. So it's all down to Clay. Or we're going to have only 4 people to lose for 42.
Has Red Dog retires in the pits as well.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys are just retiring now because they know they're safe. There's only a couple of minutes
Not do.
as he does. There you go, P13. But oh, that's actually pushed Osso down.
Yeah, but also is through.
No, he's not.
Is
Osso
he?
is now P16.
Also, come on, out you come.
Osso needs to get out there now and quickly fly in a lap.
As Aiden says, Ferrari's looking strong. Yeah, we've been talking about that as Cammy is now on a lap.
Is retired. I am sitting on with Osso and
He's in the pits.
Jet, and he ain't gonna have time if he isn't out shortly. In fact, I don't think he is.
No, that's it.
Nah, there's no way he's getting around now. So that we are going to lose also then. So that is Matthias, Nico Rosberg, Kulpi, and Jack Slater all being lost due to collisions. And also, unfortunately, thought he was safe, and so did we as well. But unfortunately, he was knocked back out when Clay got himself through. So that's quite unfortunate, because I expected that to push Jack Slater down because he'd crashed out. But no, the game's decided that's not the case.
8 thousandths of a second is what?
8 thousandths, yeah.
As Aiden says, I haven't been listening. Cameron says, can't hook a lap up. And Kieran says, P10, when not fully fit, I'll take that at this end of quali.
Yeah, by all means. I mean, that's still a pretty good lap. So, it'll do.
Oh yeah, it will definitely do.
It was just really, really unlucky on the part of Osso there, because he was just through.
As Joseph sneaks 2.5 tenths.
Yeah, he's snuck up there, so, I mean, there's just not a lot separate.
Joseph is the only one on track so far.
So, between El Jobo's time and...
Does he go quicker? Yes, 4 tenths quicker.
There is 1 second between P1 and P12.
4.
Just less than a second.
As Holly Taylor says, Kieran, I love the helmet.
Yep. So, yeah,
Joseph is now
22.049, and Matey Boy with a 23.016, so he's less than a second, covers the top 12.
Ooh. I know us admins have been saying that it's going to be close this season, but that's just absurd.
Yep. I mean, look how many people are in the 22.8s. There's 4, and 2 of them have identical times. Yes, darling, good stuff.
As we just wait to see the final lineup. So it is Al Jobbo who takes P1, Paranoid in second, Aiden third, Teddy Henke fourth, Joseph fifth, Arman sixth, Schnitzy in seventh, Sky in eighth, Red Dog in ninth, Cameron Poulter in 10th, Kieran in 11th, Matey Boy in 12th, Clay in 13th, Cammy in 14th, Jack Slater in 15th, Osso Bosso in 16th, Colby in 17th, Nico Rosberg in 18th, and Matthias in 19th.
So, interestingly, I was just having a quick look at the race director, and
Yeah.
there was about 5 drivers that got through that used both sets of their Quali 1 tyres.
Ooh.
Soft compound. So, they're either looking at doing only 1 run on the mediums to save a set of spare tyres for the race, which I normally save a set of my Quali 1 tyres for the race, or they're not going to have any spare tyres for the race, and they will only be able to use 1 set of softs for the race.
As we got a couple drivers coming out. Who is the first driver?
That is a
Alpine.
Williams, is it, or is it Alpine?
No, it is Williams. No, it is Nathan Gray.
I'm really confused.
As Aiden goes shooting off ahead.
The reason I was really confused is as I kept dropping onto Arman, who is the Williams that's there that I was looking at, it kept showing me that where he was on track, but it was showing me on my screen the pit lane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what in the name of
Right.
hell is going on?
We got...
on the mediums?
Yeah, we've got Red Dog on mediums, Paranoid on mediums, Kieran on mediums, Aljobo and Clay on mediums and Cameron Porter on the medium tyre. I'll just keep that open for a minute just to see if there's any last minute changes from those who are still in the pit.
Yeah, I mean, we've only got 3 in the pits, which is Clay, Cammy, and Joseph.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Kieran's out early, which is quite unusual for Kieran, but I think he just wants to get as much time on the track as he can to make sure he gets a good lap in because of his hand injury.
Yeah.
You can't blame him, because if he makes a little mistake like he just did at his second run in Q1, he's going to need another run. So
as Aiden just hits the DRS.
I mean, he's running medium, so he's probably looking at starting on those.
Yeah.
Most people probably thinking soft medium or medium soft, whichever way around.
Yeah, maybe if they can drag the mediums out.
Yeah, I was going to say possibly dipping late for a set of softs. Oh, that was almost very wide there from Arman. He clipped the inside of turn 5, and as he clipped the inside of turn 5, the tail stepped out on him, but he caught it. He actually caught it very well as well.
Aiden just about coming up to turns 11 and 12.
Yeah, it was you talking about Aiden that made me say Aiden instead of Arman.
Yeah. And into the second DRS zone.
So that's a 51-2 middle sector there from Arman.
I forgot to look at Aiden's.
Well, like I said, that was a 51-2, so... And Arman's normally quite quick. So, Snitzy's out. He looks like he's lost it. Turn 5.
No, there's a...
No? That must be in the pits.
Yeah. Okay. Aiden, very quick lap straight off.
I misread the map. My bad. But I did see somebody that span out as well. I think
it was the...
Joseph or Cammy. It was one of the 2 blue ones down the back.
It's Kieran.
Oh, Kieran.
Yeah.
I haven't got quite scrolled down as far as Kieran. Whoa. Yeah, he's lost his front wing, and I think he just almost took Matey Boy with him there as well.
Yeah. Talking to Matey Boy, he is next across the line. And it's a 23-2. Puts him in P2.
Has almost matched the fastest time from Q1 already.
Yeah. As we got Clay just coming up to, I think it's turn 14?
22.049 in Q1 was our fastest time. It's now 22.057 is our fastest time for Q2. So it's literally like 8,000 slower than... Whoa, that was a bit wide from Aiden there.
As Clay setting a very slow lap here.
Maybe
so 133.8.
Unless he had a minor incident and is winding up to go again.
Ah, here he is.
The thing is, these guys in Q2, they don't want to put too many laps on those tyres. The more laps they put on them now, the less they'll be able to drag them out in the race. So, every extra lap you put on them now is a problem for you.
It's a 28 flat for Cammy in the first sector.
So that was a 50.089 for Joseph in the middle sector, who has just invalidated on the exit of 12 and backed out of his lap.
As Kieran says, I nailed 11 and caught the exit curb of 12, and I kept it out of the barrier enough to keep my wheels.
Well, better to keep your wheels than to lose them. So that
it's Cammy almost. Cammy almost losing it at 12.
So I'm just on board with Paranoid, who's just coming around the penultimate corner now. Oh, that car just wants to run wide. He couldn't get the power down, but he does put in a 23.6. I think he could have gone a bit faster if he could have got the power down well out of as he invalidates his next lap as well.
That's a 24.7 for Cammy. Who will be the next to cross the line? Right Dog, who is just burning fuel. Yeah, it is 2 laps so far. No, he's coming into the pits.
Maybe he's thinking about chucking on a set of softs instead, then maybe he's not feeling the mediums.
As Aiden says, that wasn't even a good lap, and give me 2 seconds, I'll be back now.
Okay, so not even a good lap. Well, then get out there and do a good lap. No, you don't, because you need your tyres. That was still a pretty good lap. So, if you just said you lost a tenth or two. If you lost a tenth or two, then the way I see it is we should be seeing you into the 21s then for Q3 with the track evolution and stuff. Because I'm on board with Cammy, who is on quite a slow lap at the minute, but he does look like he's going again. Coasting it there through 3. A little bit of curb through 4. Avoid the curbs at 5, that's how to do it. Could have done with a bit more acceleration there really, but that's still good. Missed his sector one time because I was paying attention to his lights. That sausage curb can catch you, so that was good to miss that on the inside. As he comes around 10, heading for the dreaded 11 and 12. That is a purple middle as well. There's a 50.1. This could be a good lap. As his fuel light is now on as well. So this is probably going to be his last run at this before he has to pit again. And around the last turn. That's a 23.6, that's good enough for P7. I'm going to jump on board Clay, who's on his out lap, so he'll be starting his lap shortly. So he's just coming around the penultimate turn there, as I think Cameron Bolt just snuck into second. He did. So that was 22.2 from Cameron. So Clay's about to start his lap. Lifted slightly for 5 there. Oh, completely missed the apex of 6. Might get a little bit of a tow here from his teammate who needs to stay out of the way. Took a lot of curb there as well in 12, but didn't invalidate. Harman has retired, so he's crashed. Not sure where though. Might be the yellow flag at the end of the pit lane. I don't think there's anyone there I can pick it up from. Joseph will win the next round and his car will have disappeared by then. His Red Dog is now 1.2 seconds faster in sector 1. No, I think that was his lap actually. Because he is not going for a lap there. Matey boy is though, he's on a lap. And Cameron Poulter's now retired in P2 there, so he's happy with his time. 3 minutes left on the clock. Matey boy's just about to cross the line. Goes 22.7, P5. So we'll jump on with Sky and Kieran are down in the drop zone, and both of those two are on out laps now, so Kieran needs to get a time in. So I'm going to stay on board with Kieran, as it looks like my co-com's just returned.
Yeah, good evening.
So we've lost Snipsy, which we already had, and Armand's crashed out as well. I think from where it looked like his car was, it was the last turn. It looked like he put it in the pit wall.
Ooh. Alright, if you're going to go on with Kieran, I'll go on with Sky.
Yeah, I'm on with Kieran, and Sky is about to turn behind him.
Yeah. Sky's just crossed the line.
Yeah, Kieran's just come out of turn 2 and on the run down to 3 now.
What does Sky do in the first sector? Give me a sec.
No problem. Kept it off the inside curb, ran a little bit of outside curb on 5 there. That was a good line. Much better run there through 4 as well. Or 4, I meant 6. I know what I meant. Close to the wall there. Coming out of, I think that was 9. Purple middle, 49.5. And that's El Jobbo getting out of the way there. This looks to be quite a fast lap there from Kieran.
Hello.
Kieran is on a flyer here.
Is it going to be a Hail Mary lap?
It is going to be 22.6. That is P5.
Ooh.
That was a good lap.
Sky also does a 22. A 22.3.
2-3. So Henke's out on a lap. He is in the danger zone and he's just purple the middle sector, but I did miss his time.
El Jobbo.
5, so
Now just past Kieran, comes up to turn 5. And El Jobbo is a 10th and a little bit up in the first sector.
so many people in the 22s here. Henke goes fastest, 22.023, which is now the fastest lap we've seen tonight from the Tier 2 guys. As Paranoid is out, but he's on an invalidated lap, so he'll have to go again, so I'm going to stay on board with Paranoid.
El Jobbo's just invalidated at turn 12. I'm going to watch Cammy with 6/10 up.
No, Paranoid didn't make it before the flag drop, so he is out. So that is Snitsy, Paranoid and Arman are out, so it is now the last man out, who is Cammy.
And he invalidates.
He invalidates at turn 4, so that is Cammy out now as well. So that is the guys we're going to lose then. So Clay manages to sneak through there in P10, but everybody will be starting on soft tyres.
Ooh.
The interesting one for this though is Joseph. Joseph has put 4 laps on his tyres.
Ouch.
So 4 laps on those, that means he's probably going to have to two-stop this race. But if I remember correctly, he was one of the drivers that did put 2 different sets of tyres on for Q1. So he may have to go something like soft hard for his strategy to make it work. Just purely because of how many laps he's put on those softs, unless he can really wring them out for as much life as they've got and go soft medium, he may have to go soft hard and pit early. So we may see him come in after 4, 5, maybe 6 laps.
I wouldn't even give it that.
Pushed them. That's what I mean. It depends how hard it's pushed them, because in quali you always push the tyres harder than normal, so you put more wear on them. So that 4 laps is more like 5 or 6 laps of race wear. So he's probably got, I would say, something like 17 to 20% wear on those tyres, at least. But that's if my screen is correct as well. You know, we have known the stupid thing to make mistakes, but it is telling us he's put 4 laps on those tyres. And I've not seen anybody do that before.
I think I did one race last season.
Yeah,
So,
it's not something you'd see me do in Q2.
We are losing Cammy, Armin, Paranoid and Schnitzy, who did not set a time.
So, unsurprisingly, we've seen a lot of guys doing medium softs.
Colin
did manage his fastest time on mediums.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
He did do a soft run, but he is actually going to be starting on mediums by the looks of it. I thought everyone was starting on softs, because it was showing as softs all the way down the list. Must have just been what he had on in the garage, but it looks like El Jobo will be starting on the mediums. I think he put 2 laps on those as well. Matey Boy did use 2 sets of softs then as well. So there's a lot of guys that have used a lot of softs up for the qualifying.
As Scott Thompson says, channeling my inner mate's been late for the quali, so starting at the back on a setup that's untested on a track I can't master. Let's go.
Good job, Scott. Well done. So that will be the 20th driver, the one that we had missing for Q1.
Yeah.
I did wonder who we had missing. That explains a lot. Shows how much
Think we found him.
I paid to Scott that I didn't even realise it was Scott we had missing.
And Cammy says, my quality powers a go, can I please go back in the Merc? No, you got dropped to Williams.
You got rated, and it's so bad that you're not even going to get your Q3 abuse, because you're not out there.
I mean, it could still get it.
I mean, we could still give you abuse. It's not going to give you any help, but I mean, we can abuse you. It's fun. We don't mind.
Not really.
So, of course, everyone is on soft. So, who is going to jump out there first?
I'm going to say Sky.
Well, we've got 3 teams with 2 drivers through, which is...
No, it is Cameron Porter.
The Ferraris and the Red Bulls. And then we've got 1 McLaren, 1 Haas, 1 Alpine, and 1 Mercedes. I'll tell you something that I don't like about this track. Where the pit limiter is, on every other track, there is a line on the track that shows you where the pit limiter is. Here, there isn't a line, there's just the little marker board. Now, all the tracks have the marker board, but I find it's easier to gauge where you can let your pit limiter off. You can kind of preempt when to press the button to let it off. But you can't do that here because there's no line to kind of gauge where the marker board is. It's one of those little quirks about this track that I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, no. One thing I just noticed, we are missing one important part of the stream. Well, we have an Osso Bosso, but we have no Ozone.
You're right. I thought you was going to say to me that we're missing your usual talk about what do we say during safety car. We ain't got to that bit yet.
Yeah, no.
But Scott says, kept your boys guessing who was the last driver to turn up. Turned out to be me, what a letdown. Yeah, you're right, it was pretty much a letdown.
Yeah.
There wasn't even anyone interested. He was probably off licking windows again. You know what he's like.
As Cameron gets to the first DRS zone. Everyone but Clay and Matey Boy in their pits.
As El Jobo has managed to invalidate his lap already.
Someone's just went back to the pits and Cameron sets a 27 flat in the first sector.
What on earth happened there?
Yeah, El Jobo
So-
just went from the track to the pits.
Yeah, I was on board with El Jobo and he'd invalidated this and the next lap. So he'd invalidated the lap that he'd just started. And then he comes out of turn 2 and it's just glitched him back to the pits. That was
Cameron Porter
bizarre.
very cleanly through 11 and 12.
Not entirely sure what happened there, but whatever. Good old game bugs. So let's see how Aiden's getting on. Let's see if anyone can break into the 21s, because that's what we're looking for now.
Ooh.
We've come very, very close, and I'm doing very close.
As Cameron set a 22-4.
See, that's not going to be fast enough. Not with these guys.
Yeah.
It's a great time, but we've seen a lot faster.
21s is tier 1.
Well, I'll be very surprised if we don't see anyone break into the 21s. 22.006 from Aiden.
I was hoping for 007.
That is the fastest time we've had so far, and if he can find another 7,000ths of a second, he will break into the 21s. And I think if anyone's going to beat him, they're going to have to break into the 21s.
It's a tall order.
It is a tall order. So,
As
we'll
Joseph
with
sets
Red Dog.
a 27-3.
Don't know what happened there with Red Dog, but he suddenly just drifted to the left and almost crashed into the wall. But he is invalidated, so it's not really doing anything.
Joseph
to him anyway.
saying, I don't want any more of this lap. So I got one of my Mercedes drivers just on a 27-1 in the first sector. That is matey boy.
Well, I've just jumped on board with Clay at the minute. I'm still not sure what the hell is happening with old Jobo after his mysterious dash back to the pits.
Ah,
Nobody can
I believe
explain.
that is El Jobo said electricity went during my quali lap.
Yep. Well, that was
Matey boy
correct,
sets a purple sector too.
because bizarrely I was actually on board when it kicked him straight back to the pits. So that definitely hasn't helped Clay's start of his lap. He got a bit of a wobble as he went into the last turn, which meant he got a slower release out of the final turn down onto the run into turn 1.
Oh yeah, Scott's just said, Dan, for the first time we are in different cars. In 4 seasons, there's only been this season that me and Scott has not been in the same car.
Well, he's just happy that he's got a different teammate this season.
Yeah.
And I'm on about the teammate that he had picked out. Because he got the same teammate for season 2 and season 3. Although his teammate didn't last the full entirety of last season, but
Nope.
he,
We won't mention anything of that.
No, we're not going to go there. But he's happy he's got a different teammate this season.
As Clay sets a 49-9 in the second sector.
That's a pretty good middle sector. I mean, I've seen guys around the 49.5s, so he's definitely got a bit of time in the first couple of sectors to make there to get close to the other guys.
As Scott says, yes, I'm happy to have Red Dog.
Yeah. Well, he has moved down from tier 1, so we're expecting good things from Red Dog. You might be happy to have Red Dog, but are you happy to have the Haas? As Clay comes in with a 23 flat, and Joseph has improved his time, but unfortunately he's also invalidated again. So he's going for lap number 3.
As Jado says, come on the Bulls.
Yeah, both Red Bulls are in, and you've got Sky in P5 and Kieran, who is on
a lap.
27-1 first sector.
I think that's a 10th off Aiden.
Looks a little bit slow as he came out of turn 9 there as well. He rounds 10 and goes towards 11 and 12. 49 something there I missed. I think it was a 49.5. Tried to catch it on the stream, but there was a comment at the same time.
Yeah, that was Scott, who says,
Oh,
bad
he goes
car,
a bit
X
wide.
tier 1 teammate. Yes, I'll take that.
Yeah. You've got a good and bad. Ooh, a little bit of a drift there for Kieran coming out of the last corner. That will have not helped him.
22.907.
Go P6, and it looks like he's staying planted. No, he's invalidated. So even if he did stay planted, it doesn't matter.
As we got Teddy Henke, who's on a lap now. Is he going to be able to take 2/10 out of his time?
What's happening with little Jobbo here, whether he's actually going to be back or not.
As El Jobbo is now 38 thousandths of a second slower, and he's invalidated. As Cameron Poulter is now on a lap. I think that is Sky ahead of him. Yeah, as he just pulls out to the side. As Scott says, Colin, it's not McLaren Madness, it's Hector Cash.
Anything with him in it's going to be something mad, isn't it?
You've got a point. As Cameron sets... Oh, Joseph's crashed out of turn 12. A 49.2 in the second sector, and that is El Jobbo who is gone. No, not El Jobbo, Cameron Poulter.
Oh, that was big, I just saw that back on the stream. Joseph was there as well.
Yeah.
Joseph
Gonna go on board with Red Dog to just... Cameron is right in the middle of the track. What will Red Dog do as he comes round the last corner? Does a 23 flat. So we'll just now go on board with Sky, who's just come up to turn 3.
Sorry, I was just reading an announcement. There's a slight change to the way the constructor points are going to work for this season.
Oh.
The rule book will be updated this weekend, but it does apply from the start of the season, so we shall find out what that is. It may have something to do with the way the reserve points work or something like that, would be my best guess.
Sky is 5/10 up. If he can find another 2 in this last sector.
Red Dog is 2/10, so just come out of turn 12, so...
As El Jobbo is now in. What will Sky do as he comes around the last corner?
You've got Kieran...
22.3. As Aiden's trying to improve his lap.
Yeah, so Kieran is on an out lap, but he's not going to have time to get around. So...
And Aiden is 1.5 up.
Through the fact that he has no
And he's invalidated.
Oh, that's unlucky.
I thought we was going to see our first 21.
21s, yeah. I think he's quite safe there, though.
Yeah, unless Sky, who is 3/10 up,
now.
but I don't think he is carrying on. No, he is 16 seconds up. And Scott says, Red Dog doing my job of proving he's a BTEC Thompson with the lap. 2, nearly 3/10 up on his lap.
Oh. So, Matey Boy was a 10th up then, and he invalidated, he cut too much on the inside of 11.
Oh.
So that's Red Dog and Matey Boy both done, and we believe Sky's done. He's at 1:20 and he's not even close to the last turn yet, so he's done too. So that is going to be our top 10 then. So we have our first pole position of the season will go to Aidan Gray.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, El Jobo hasn't managed to set a time. He has been sent another invite. I did check that. He has been sent an invite. But unfortunately, I don't think he's rejoined us.
He has.
Has he? I didn't see him rejoin. It must have been while I had my head in messengers, because I've got Aidan messaging me in the Ferrari team chat, so trying to have me race engineering whilst I'm on comms.
Who are we waiting for? Red Dog.
I had a message from Paranoid as well. He was just thanking us for the nice words in Q1.
Not a problem.
Well, it was nice to have him, but he's just too quick for tier 3, which he agrees. So, and yes, El Jobo is in the session. Aidan did just ask him in the Ferrari chat. He is in the session, so he will be unfortunately starting P10, which won't be where he wanted to start. But yeah, I'm sure he's going to be looking to make a position straight away. He will be starting on the mediums as well.
So it is Aidan who takes pole.
Yeah, I was just about to say we've got Aidan on pole, followed by Teddy Henke, and then Sky in P3, Cameron P4, Metaboy P5, Joseph P6, Red Dog P7, Kieran in P8, Clay in P9, and El Jolo, who is P10. So that's not bad. I mean, considering obviously El Jobo didn't set a time, everybody else was covered by just under 1.1 seconds.
That's not bad at all.
Bearing in mind that Aidan was 2/10 quicker, which means the entirety of the rest of the field was covered by about 9/10.
Yeah.
So that's not bad at all.
No, it is not.
And Kieran says, decent quality to start the season. As Blue says, yeah, stay in tier 2 please, Paranoid.
Ooh.
And Aidan Gray says, hell yeah, so he's obviously happy with his pole position there.
So here we are.
Scott's just having a conversation with himself, which is quite normal for Scott.
29 laps of the Melbourne Street Circuit.
Yep. We've just got to wait for the guys. We seem to have got ready up quite quickly.
Yeah.
We had a little bit more of a delay there, unless somebody hit the button too soon. But if they did, that is something for the host to deal with, or admin to deal with, if somebody read it up before them. So it's not our job. We're just here to tell you what's happening.
Indeed we are.
Pointing out the obvious.
So it's soft hard lap 9:11, soft medium 8:11, 16:19.
Okay, so yeah, so
I did that
everybody
fairly
inside
quickly.
Top 10 besides El Jobo is starting on the soft tyres.
Nobody on the hard tyre.
Nobody on the hards. So we've got Cami, Arman, Snitsy, Colby, and Matthias are all starting on the softs from outside the top 10. Scotty, Nico Rosberg, Osso, Jack Slater, Paranoid are all starting on the mediums from outside the top 10. So, but I do think the one to keep an eye on is going to be Joseph, because of the amount of laps we think he put onto his tyres for
Yeah.
for Q2. we could be seeing an early stop from Joseph, and that could be where we see the hard tyres come out, unless he thinks he can wring a lot of laps out of set mediums. But then we've seen Brontosaurus wring so many laps out of mediums, it's just beyond belief last season. No, we've seen 25 and 30 laps out of them before.
I think the most we've seen was 31.
Yeah, we saw 30 or 31. I think it was 30 to the end of the race, but when he crossed the start-finish line, it classified it as 31.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So...
As we got Teddy Hankey telling Aiden to get a bit of a move on by the looks of things.
Yeah, but it's not down to Hankey, it's down to Aiden.
Yeah.
Aiden is the leader here, so Aiden is the one who sets the pace for everybody else. You know, he can warm up his own tyres at his own pace. That's why he's the leader. He's not really holding anyone up as much as anything else, so everyone should be just giving themselves a gap from the guy in front. You know, not bunching themselves up too much. Gives them time to wobble about a little.
Nico Rosberg at the back has got a yellow fuel light.
So somebody's expecting a safety car and has underfueled.
Cammy's underfueled.
Yeah, I was going to say, so was Cammy. Yeah, that's... So they are the only two drivers that have actually underfueled their cars. Now that personally isn't something I do. So I've got predicted pit stop strategy from Aiden here. It says soft hard 911, soft medium, and I didn't see the laps.
Ah.
And Scott says now I haven't got a setup either. He's really not going to have a good run, is he? So
as we get
on board with Scott at the back.
I'm waiting for my lights. Come on.
I was just about to say I thought we were about to get lights. That's why.
3, 4, 5 red lights.
There we go.
And we are away for the first race here at Australia for season 4.
A bit of a delay there. Bizarre. Scotty backs out early there, just trying to make sure he didn't get in any carnage.
Cameron trying his best to get past Sky quite early as El Jobbo goes to the back.
I think he had a spin there, but I didn't see it. He's lost about 7 seconds.
Oh, that is Cameron who takes a little bit too much curb on turn 5. Has he got front wing damage? No, he does not.
Coopy's flying already. He's at 5 positions. Nico Rosberg, Matthias and Scotty are all at 4 each as well.
Joseph's moving back a little bit. Oh, Armin's going backwards.
Yeah, Armin and Teddy Henke are both going backwards. They're both off together at...
Oh, both
9.
of them have no front wing. So it is a race to the pits to get that 19th position. As Scotty's in the wall,
as well.
but has kept his front wing.
Did that look like a track reset to you?
For which one?
For Scott?
I don't know. I wasn't on there.
You jumped on board with him and he was in the wall and then suddenly he was on track. It looked like a track reset.
As we got a VSC.
That may be from a build.
And that is Cammy into the pits. As well as Cameron Poulter.
And Jack Slater.
As Cameron picks up a 5-second time penalty.
I'm just going to have a little nosy at what's going on further forward. Whoa! So there seems to be some lag.
Schnitzy's lost an end plate.
Because Joseph's just lagged past Kieran. I jumped on board to find out why he'd swapped positions with Kieran. Then all of a sudden, as I'm on board with Kieran, he lags about 3 car lengths backwards.
Yeah, one thing that I've noticed, you know the predicted stop strategy?
That is El Jobbo out of the race.
Yeah, that looks to be turn 5's good.
That is turn 5.
One thing that I've noticed, whilst the pit strategy screen came out, it kept on changing, so the predicted stop strategy depends on the driver.
It does, yeah. It depends on who you're on board with.
As Dan Pilbeam says, that was a reset from Scotty.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, I thought that was a track reset from Scott. I think I was on board just a fraction longer than the stream. I think I had about an extra second of time on board with him. So I got a bit of a better look at it.
As everyone's quite spaced out already.
DRS is now enabled though, so...
That's Jack Slater and Teddy Henke having a bit of...
Snitsy, 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane.
What tyres does Schnitzy go on for? Medium tyres. And Red Dog is right on the back of Matey Boy. That is Jack Slater going backwards. That's because of Schnitzy being in the pits, never mind.
Looks like we weren't the only ones who had trouble on the grid. Tier 1 have had to have a restart due to being stuck on the grid. The same as we almost were.
Yes, we're just coming up to the end of lap 3. And Red Dog right on the back of Matey Boy going into the last corner. 3/10 split them. As Aiden Gray goes a 26 flat. As Red Dog pulls it out. And just overtakes Matey Boy.
Boy almost give him a shove there round turn 3 as well.
As Paranoid right on the back of Matthias.
Kieran's about to have Colby for company as well. He's about 4 seconds off the guy ahead. Oh, as he goes wide, and that is Colby pass. Kieran has a bit of a wobble coming out of, I think that was turn 6.
Paranoid keeping it quite smooth behind Matthias.
See, unfortunately for him, he's a part of a little DRS train here, which means he's not going to gain much of an advantage either. Scott is a bit far back to put a move on also here. He may go again on the pit straight. Rosberg picks up 3 seconds for multiple warnings.
Which of course would be track limits as Kieran's rear end not liking him.
So something we hadn't paid much of any attention to was Joseph and his tyre situation. We're on lap 5 and he hasn't pitted yet.
No.
But he is lagging all over the place. I mean, I'm just sitting on board with Rosberg now, and you just keep seeing the car moving around and lagging and connection and disconnection, and that's really horrible to try and overtake somebody whose car's doing that as well. I've done it a couple of times myself with other drivers over the course of last season. Because just when you think, oh, I've left enough room, the car will lag sideways on you or something exactly like that. That was a big lag. That was an enormous lag spike, that. But now he's completely disconnected because his car is ghosted, so that means Nico can just drive straight through him.
And so can Matthias. Will Paranoid be able to?
Yeah, because he's still completely disconnected. I think, although it hasn't said he's left the session, I'm not sure really what's happened.
I think it's just connection is just dropped as Nico is into the pits.
Saying that, it does look like Joseph is actually trying to fight it.
Is Joseph back? No. I'm just going to stick on board with Kieran, who's got a full view of the battle for 3rd to 9th.
Yeah, I can't look behind because I'm using my wheeled controller instead of my pad.
Ah, you can press down on D-pad.
Again, wheel. I don't know. I don't think mine's set up to do it that way.
Ah,
It's not. Mine's set up so as my look back is on R2, but because yeah, I moved from driver to driver with L2 R2, it overrides that.
ah, right. As Kieran's trying it around the outside of Matey Boy,
He is.
and does it quite cleanly too.
Doing it. On board with. That's just jumping on board with Paranoid. There I go.
And that is Matey Boy into the pits.
Highest up 13 places. Coolpy and P3 up 14 places.
Ooh.
Scott's up 11 as well. Considering he had a bit of a bad start there as well. He's not doing bad. But he does have Osso for company.
Oh yes. And that is who I've just gone on with.
See if he's taking his osteroids tonight. He's probably saving them for Sunday.
Probably. Oh, Scotty's just joined Joseph.
Joseph, yeah, I could see that just ahead.
As Nico Rosberg is out.
Oddly,
Turn
I do
5.
think Joseph is still there because I keep seeing him flick on his overtake and his DRS and stuff. But his car is ghosted and it says from everybody else's point of view that he's disconnected. So the question is now, who are we going to see pitting and what tyres are they going to choose?
As it is now a safety car.
Yeah, it is a full course safety car. So Aidan Gray
Front
has opted
6.
for hard tyres and Sky has opted for the mediums. That's a long way to ask the mediums to go as Red Dog picks up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. As Osso's staying out.
As well as Scotty.
Scott. But Aidan does come
Aidan
back out in the
4.
lead. Just, but he does come out in the lead. And 2 guys behind him, who will be holding up everybody else behind them, are going to be on the faster compound, but also have a pit stop to make. So this could play into Aidan's hands here. But Sky has gone
Hard
medium,
tyre.
He's gone hard tyres, Cammy's stayed out.
Paranoid's on hards.
Tyres gone
Joseph
hard.
is on hards.
Yeah, Red Dog's gone medium, Paranoid's gone hard, Kieran's gone medium, Joseph's gone hard. So again, like I said, I do think Joseph's there, it's just his disconnection caused his car to ghost. Cameron has come out on the mediums, Armand's coming out on the medium, and so is Schnitzy. So we've had a lot of drivers pit, but there is a few that have already pitted, like Matey Boy and Clay, and a couple of these guys, with Scott and Osso, who haven't pitted yet, and are in P2 and 3, but they
Yeah.
will have a pit stop to make. But then a safety car could come out a bit later on and give them a little assist, so, you know, anything can happen really.
So as we
It's
just...
play into the hands of Cammy, who is under fueled currently. He can throw this now into lean and conserve a little bit of fuel,
Yeah.
which is exactly what I would be doing if I'd under fueled.
We'll just have to wait and see.
I can't remember who the other one was that under fueled at the start.
Also,
Well, his is now white again, so he must have got enough fuel back already. He may have only minorly underfueled.
As we got another comment. As Joseph says, I don't know what's going on, I'm in another race. Joseph, what do you mean?
That's weird. What that means is it separated him from our lobby.
Ah.
I've seen this happen before, so he'll still be racing, but he's not really racing with anyone that's here with us because he's disconnected from this session.
Right,
Although
Joseph.
He hasn't said that he's left the session. I'm quite confused by that.
Could you leave and one of us will send you a invite back?
He's joined us. So he may have left without us noticing. That's really bizarre. I don't know what's happened there. Hopefully he'll be able to pick up his car. I'll jump on board with Teddy Hankey, who is right behind him, so... Unfortunately, this sometimes does happen. I can't really see anything from Teddy Hankey's point of view now, because he's dropped right off the back, so he's going to get told off in a minute and told to catch up. There he goes. And Joseph is clearly back in his car, because his car is now solid again. But he is still having a bit of a disconnection issue, but we have a safety car in this lap.
Very nice, very nice.
Down to Aiden to back everyone up. It's nice and early as well.
For once.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of problems with it coming out the last couple of corners lately. The thing is, it's those hard tyres. Are they warm enough?
I'm on board with Sky to see the restart.
Yeah, I'm sitting on with Aiden at the minute, but I'm going to jump to the back in a sec. Just want to see when Aiden goes. That'll be now.
Yeah.
I think he tried to get the leap there on Scott, and I don't think it's worked.
No, it has not.
Looks to be nice and clean. Snitz is just kind of cruising away at the back there. Jack Slater is still on 8-lap-old soft tyres. Saying that, Aiden is pulling away.
Only
and Jeff
just.
is telling Scott to box. Not sure why, but he is.
The
game's saying this pit window's open.
Nah.
We all know what Jeff's like. He's probably been smoking something again.
Probably.
He's also picks up 3 seconds time penalty.
Yeah, Aiden is pulling a gap, you know.
I said that Aiden is
2 tenths,
away.
3 tenths in a sector.
A second. There you go. Almost a full second in the course of 1 lap. And he's on the hard compound tyre as well. And those medium tyres should be coming into their own right now. But bearing in mind, Scott did say he is running a standard setup as well. So that won't be doing them any favours.
No, it will not, as he also takes a little bit too much curb.
Yeah, Aiden went mowing the grass with the Ferrari. Ferrari powered lawn mowing there. We've all done it.
Oh yeah.
As
Colby
you're going at it.
Yeah. Matey boy not that far behind.
Henke's retired.
Ooh, that looks to be turn 3 and it's a safety car.
Was off at turn 2. Yeah, and there was Henke in the middle of the track. I don't know if Kieran had anything to do with why Henke retired, but Kieran was off track. And why is Jack Slater going so slow in front of him? Because he almost crashed into the back of him. But Kieran does appear to have all of his wing, unless there's a right-hand end plate missing. I haven't had a good look at that, but yeah, I can see it from this angle.
No.
He's got all of his
Wings intact. So this will actually help those who have not pitted.
It will, but it won't, because there wasn't time for everyone to space out again properly before another safety car came out. All it's really done at the minute is Otto's lost a place. But what it will do is it will help Aiden with his tyres, because he needs time to get those tyres to bed in a little bit, get them scrubbed up nicely. And as you know yourself, it takes a few laps.
Yeah.
It's going to take a few more because of the safety car, but it just means it takes less racing laps to scrub them in good and proper, and they'll get up to full racing speed. It's a really wicked view I've got of Kieran and Jack Slater, as Kieran gives Jack Slater a bit of a bump. He tells him to get in the pits by the looks of it, because that's where he went.
Oh.
I think he just come out of the penultimate corner a bit slow, and Kieran gave him a little bit of a shove. No damage to either one of them, just a little bit of a bump, unfortunately. So Joseph says he's back, and Cameron says it is dangerous being behind Joseph with that lag. Yeah, I mean, we've seen it, but unfortunately there's nothing we can personally do about it. You know, it's not something that we as the com have any sort of control over at all.
No.
That's something that you need to take up with stewards or admin or kind of whoever. So, I mean, you can either report it and the stewards can deal with it, or speak to the admin privately and they may want to deal with it that way. It's entirely your choice how you choose to deal with it. I mean, we've seen it, we've vocally made sure it's seen and heard, so there's nothing more we can personally do about it.
Yeah. Cam, if you want to message me afterwards, I'll mention it.
I mean, it was pretty horrendous. I mean, we saw that big sideways jump that his car made. That could have been very dangerous.
And Teddy Hankey's just said in the tier 2 chat, I couldn't concentrate anymore. I wanted to overtake, but he keeps changing positions so many times. And that would be for Joseph.
So yeah, it sounds like there's an issue there with Joseph, and a lot of the guys don't sound like they're very happy about it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But exactly as I've just said to Cameron there for the stream, it's something that, you know, it needs to be taken up with the stewards or the admin. You know, maybe not openly in the tier 2 chat, maybe, you know, a little bit more privately.
And we are not the only ones with a safety car at the moment.
Ooh, tier 1 have a safety car too.
Yes. As I'm just gonna have a little bit of a nose and have a look.
You know, I was just doing the same thing. I'm just gonna pull it up on my phone and see what's going on. So,
Dingle Dangle in 3rd.
yep, no surprise, Drofter in 1st. Sociopath's doing well though for his first race in there.
Not bad at all.
P4.
Mercedes 5th and 17th at the moment. And we are 10th and 6th here.
Well, Ferrari are 14th and doesn't appear to have turned up. There's only one Ferrari out there, so.
Aiden's backing up the safety car.
So that means that it should be coming back in. I was wondering who put that comment in, it's you.
I need to get back on the back of...
I'm on with Aiden, he's gone. And he's tried again to leap away from Scott, and it just hasn't worked. Scott stayed right with him.
Yeah. As Joseph now goes back another place, but he is right on the back of Cameron.
Yeah, I think he's just left again.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
got
yeah.
ghosted, but he is using his ERS. Like, he is using his overtakes.
As we are around halfway through the race,
Yeah.
nobody is on soft tyres anymore.
No, there's not a single driver on because Jack Slater is now on hards too.
And Scotty picking up 18 places in the first half of the race.
Yeah, but he has still got a pit stop to make as well.
Yeah.
So he's going to tumble the order when that happens. Or, if he can hold them out for a handful of more laps, maybe get them to about 19 or 20.
And then at that point you can just whack a set of softs on.
A set of softs on, yeah. That's
I may as well treat them for quali laps.
And then just abuse them, yeah, basically. But
As
also
Red
some
Dogs
12
go
places
backwards.
as well, sitting in P4, and he can do exactly the same thing. It just depends how hard he can and far he can push those mediums.
Paranoid on the
Also has
back
6
of
seconds
Red Dog.
Red Dog has 8 seconds. Cameron Porter, Clay and Allman also have 3 seconds each.
Sky now picks up 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's Sky with 3 seconds as well, and Cameron Porter
And Schnitzy.
It's like, oh look, they're talking about penalties, let's all go get one. I think Ada might have picked
Ooh.
it just about at the same time too.
Oh, Cameron's going round. He tried making a dive on Matey Boy.
Yeah, is that into turn 9?
Yeah.
That's not somewhere you want to make a dive on someone. I've seen people do that before, try and make a dive into turn 9, unless you're alongside them, completely alongside them, in the braking zone, you've just got no chance. You're going to get clipped, and then you're just going to get turned around. It's over-eagerness to pass sometimes.
As DRS is now enabled.
I'm sure it's frustrating for him being so far down as well, because he is a fast driver, Cameron, as Clay is into the pits. So he's probably going to stick on another set of mediums maybe. I think he started on soft, so...
He will stick on mediums.
Another set of mediums, yeah. And take a new wing at the same time.
I'm just on board with Colby, who's behind my new Mercedes teammate, Matthias. Two tenths behind Matthias Colby. Oh, what a move by Colby into turn 13 or 14. Carl, you there?
Yeah, I was trying to work out what it was. 14?
Ah,
Was it end of the DRS or the one after?
end of the DRS.
13. Sorry, I was trying to work it out from where he was on track. I was backtracking. I did backtrack far
Yeah.
enough.
Yes,
Yeah,
no.
it's 13 because it's 11 and 12 is the chicane.
Yeah.
And then you get the run down, and then that's 13 at the bottom, and then you get 14 is the other right-hander.
Aha, okay.
So the double right-handers are 13 and 14.
I've just noticed Sky's overtaken Scotty and has pretty much got a 3-second gap, and Matey
Boy's
Boy is gone. Turn 5.
He lost it.
That's the
Yeah,
third
no,
safety car.
No, it's not. That's,
No, it's turn 3.
Exit at turn 3. He's put his boot down too hard coming out of turn 3, and he span himself around and ended up in the wall.
Right, as I have not done this for the first 2 safety cars.
No, just no. We seem to find something to talk about, so let's just do that.
Colin,
Yeah.
what would you like to talk about?
Nothing. Shut the hell up.
Also's out.
What has happened to Officer?
Ooh,
14.
yeah.
He must have clipped the curb at 14 or something, and he's binned it.
Joseph's got a drive-through.
Helpful to Clay. Yep.
And Jack Slater.
As well.
Ooh.
They may have just been trying to get into the pits by the looks of it, maybe. Joseph speeding in the pit lane. Christ, these penalties are stacking up rapidly.
As I think Dan's DNF'd. As he's just put in a tier 1 chat. Can't believe it.
Like I said, he's a big boy. He'll get over it. So, we're what? Almost 2/3 of the way through the race.
Yeah, we got...
Within a couple of laps, 2/3 of the way through the race.
Yeah, we got 9 laps left. No.
11.
11, yeah. Yeah.
But 3 9s would be 27, so close enough. So we're around about 2/3 of the way through the race, and we've lost a quarter of the drivers.
Not quite. We got 1 more.
No, we started with 20, we're down to 15. We've lost 5 drivers. We've lost a quarter of them.
This has actually helped out my tyres, you know.
You know who else it's helped out as well?
Who?
Clay.
Yes.
Because he had to make that extra pit stop because of the damage to his front wing. He was way behind, and this has actually helped him out to close back up on the rest of the pack. And Joseph and Jack Slater are now both in the pits, so he has actually picked up an extra couple of positions as well.
Thanks to Jack Slater and Joseph, who are serving the drive-thrus, I think. Nope.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't serve them under safety car conditions.
Wow. I've just seen the number of comments.
142? Christ. I didn't notice that.
142. As Nicky says, oh, also, what happened?
He crashed.
As Blue says, conversation topic, lads, how's your day been?
Painful for me.
Yeah, mine wasn't too bad. I practically get a free concert in college on a Friday afternoon, so yeah, quite happy.
Yeah, not bad at all. No, mine's been painful. I took a bit of a blow to my ribs last week, and they're still a little bit tender. So, like I say, painful.
What's that? One of your sons beating you up again?
No. I was working on a car and something slipped and whacked me in the rib cage. By something, I mean a big metal bar.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I took a blow to the lower couple of ribs. You know, the smaller ribs right at the bottom of the rib cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a blow to those. So it's a little bit tender. As we do have the safety car coming in, but that was quite late to say it as well.
Yeah, it's gone back to
Said
this.
it on the exit of 14. was way too late to tell us the safety car was coming in. But Aiden is doing his best to back these guys up.
Yeah.
But he does have Colby for company.
And he has actually jumped Colby.
Not a lot though. Colby's managing to come back a little bit here. I think Colby's running less downforce. Because he seemed to be making up a bit of gap there. They were both on the ERS, so...
Matthias keeping up too. The only one that it hasn't helped is Joseph and Jack Slater, as the two Williams drivers are giving each other a bit of bother. As Blue says, apologies for forcing you to bring that up, Carl, but good job, Ninja. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm having a good job, but thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem, you know. Like I said, it's somewhat uncomfortable, so you know, it's one of those things. It happened, you move on.
Yeah.
I'm a mechanic. We get injured when we work. We just get the hell on with it. So, you know, I've just got to hope it behaves a little bit for me on Sunday. If not, I'm going to take some painkillers and try my best to ignore it.
Scott picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Oh,
Talking of penalties, Paranoid, Sky, Scott, Arman, Snitsy, Red Dog and Clay are all on 3. Cameron Poulter's got 6 and Joseph and Jack Slater still got their drive-throughs.
Yeah, that's because they couldn't serve them under safety car conditions, which is exactly what I said once the safety car was out.
Ooh, Paranoid's had a bit of
a problem there.
Yeah.
Doesn't appear to have any damage.
Cameron Poulter's on the back of Sky.
Oh, I think Joseph may have just bumped him there as well. I don't know what's going on. Paranoid's all over the place. What is going on? He's got no wing damage. His car's all over the place.
But he has got his brake pressed a little bit. What is going on with Paranoid?
I'm not sure, it was almost weird.
No, not Paranoid, Jack Slater's got his brake.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what was going on with Paranoid. It was almost like watching him drive drunk just then. It's quite bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know. But, anyways, Cameron Porter's on the back of Kieran as he's let Sky get on with it. As Joseph gets disqualified for ignoring drive-through.
Well, I'm not surprised. You can't just ignore the drive-through and then expect not to get DSQ'd for it. You have to serve it within 3 racing laps.
Yeah.
Safety car laps don't count. You can't serve it under safety car. He may have thought he served it under safety car so it was gone and didn't pay any attention. I've seen people do that before and then get DSQ'd because they haven't actually technically served it.
As Scott's right on the back of Cameron, coming up to turn 11 and 12. Scott, don't give me flashbacks. Thank you.
Sky's all over the back of Matthias here as well, but his DRS isn't helping him because Matthias is on the back of Colby, who hasn't actually got DRS on Aiden, so this could be 2 people looking at a move on Colby here. This is a fairly good length DRS straight.
But who's got higher downforce, and by the looks of things it is Sky.
Yeah, he's not gaining at all there, and he's on the faster compound tyre as well. But to be honest with you, I'm like that. I prefer the higher.
There we go. Sky down the inside. No, not quite.
Cameron's just made a move on Kieran. behind us.
And
Kieran's having
we've
none of it.
got a
He's
yellow
holding.
flag in sector 1. That was
Oh,
Scott.
Cameron's gone really wide there.
Scott,
Yeah,
let your
that's
tyres cool
Scott all over
down.
the place. You've got 40 seconds back to Jack Slater. Just chill, take your points. Like, everybody who's there now is more than able to secure a few points.
Oh yeah.
Paranoid's confused because he's not near the front. He's used to being near the front with us lot.
Yeah.
But still, the scoring points, that's all these guys need to do now is finish.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for Rosso that he didn't, but because he would have picked up a point as well. Although it may have not been for his own team. But hey ho, is what it is. This guy's thinking about a move again, but it's really deep on Matthias into the penultimate turn, which then cost him for the pit straight.
Oh, but he will not have DRS. But it's too far back.
No, not quite enough there, but he will have it again. But Matthias won't, so will he go for a dive up the inside again? He is, and this time, whoa! I think that was lucky that Matthias went for the switch back there and it didn't really come off, because otherwise Sky would have just forced Matthias off the road.
Oh!
Whoa! Guy had a bit of lag there. I think you saw that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Matthias.
I'm gonna just jump on board with Coolpy because he's getting quite close to the back of Aiden here.
As Sky's pulled a second gap, apparently.
That is quite a gap, but saying that, he's also lost 1.3 to the guys ahead as well, so...
As Cameron Putt overtakes Kieran. As we've
Yeah,
now got
those
3.
Almonds in that mix as well. Cameron and Kieran have been tussling like this for the last lap or two.
As Blue says, very good drive from Aiden, hope I don't jinx him.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a really good drive out there. I mean, it'd be nice to see him take the win, you know, because Ferrari. But Coolpy is fast, so anything can happen. We've still got to, you know...
Cammy and Cameron having a bit of a scrap.
Before you try and correct me and say it's 4 laps, it's not, it's 5.
As Ragdog now joins that party.
Paranoid the fastest lap. He has got acres of clear air ahead of him, like, so he can just thrash his car for as long as he wants.
With no hesitation.
Nope,
As Sky's now joined the back of Colby and Aiden.
yeah.
Sky being a reserve driver.
Yep. But we don't know what that means, whether that's still half points like this last season or whether that is what the change is about.
I believe it is.
That's the only thing I can think that is a logical thing that might be changed.
As Clay picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And Clay's decided he's had enough.
I'm not sure why, because he still would have picked up a couple of points. It really confuses me when people do that.
Yeah.
When they might be having a bad drive, but they're in a position to pick up even just a couple of points. You know, because that couple of points could be the difference of a position for your team come the end of the season. You know, or for yourself come the end of the race, you know. It's all to do with the standings as well.
As Sky's on the back of Colby.
And he's got quite a bit more ERS as well.
as Armin overtakes Matthias.
I'm just engrossed with this battle at the front, between the front three. There's a couple of other battles going on further down.
As Sky now overtakes Colby.
And he's going to chase down Aiden with 2 laps to go, but has a 2.5 gap distance. But has he pushed his tyres too hard now? He's put 9 laps on these tyres and he's been absolutely...
As Cameron Porter's out.
Cameron gone.
That is turn 2.
Yeah, he's on the outside of 2 as well.
Cammy making a move on Kieran.
Going at it, yeah. Coopy's just picked up 3 seconds. And Sky has as well. So now, no matter what happens, Aiden doesn't have any penalties. So all he has to do is keep it clean for the next couple of laps. Scott picks up another 3 seconds too.
Right, Carl, who is your driver of the day?
See, this is really difficult. Coopy's up 14 places, so is Matthias. They've both had fantastic drives.
Colby picking up a podium as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Colby for this one.
Yeah, I mean, I find it hard to argue with you. Aside from the fact that I think this might be the first time Aiden's won in Tier 2.
Ooh.
Should he win? I think. I could be wrong.
Sky is half a second behind him.
Yeah, but even so, Sky's got 3 seconds of penalties. And is he going to make that penalty gap up in the space of a lap?
Ooh.
That's the question. All Aiden's got to do is make sure he doesn't pick up any penalty and try his best to keep Sky back. As he picks up 3 seconds, and now he does have to make this happen. He has to stay ahead.
Now that will motivate Sky to try and overtake him.
Yeah, it will. And they've got about the same amount of ERS as well, 20-25%.
Yeah.
But that does mean Aiden can push really quite hard now as well, because he's still got 2 warnings in his pocket before he picks up another penalty. Whereas Sky may not have that amount of warnings.
If you can...
pushing quite hard.
If you want to pop into the race director.
I can, yeah.
7 tenths the gap.
I'm looking at the wrong end of the...
4 tenths the gap. On the last lap. Aiden's running out of ERS. He's on 14%. Sky's on 32. This will be a last lap battle for that win.
So Sky's already on 2 warnings. He picked up his penalty and his final warning on lap 15. He's had 2 warnings since.
Ooh.
Which means if
nope,
he
never mind.
one more warning, he'll blow it. What has happened to Sky there?
Put too much power down.
Oops. That's unfortunate. So now all Aiden's got to do is just settle in and keep calm and...
There's that final warning.
Fine. Yeah, there's that final warning I said about, and that would have been about turn 12.
Yeah, it can't be for the driver of the day for me.
Like I said, I'm leaning towards
And it
the
is
green, but
Aiden Gray
sure
who takes the win.
I'm not sure if it's Aiden's first win in Tier 2. Which I know he's going to be listening.
Wait,
so he may
no.
confirm or deny in a minute. Matthias has gone P2.
Yeah.
He's gone P3. And Kieran picks up 3 seconds on the last lap. So we've got Aiden, Matthias, Kulpi. Let's see what moves are. So Matthias is actually up 17 places.
I think that will take it for driver of the day.
Again, it's still hard because if it is his first win in Tier 2, you know, it's kind of...
Aiden, can you let us know?
You kind of want to give it to the guy if it's his first, you know, win in the tier. I'm sure he's been saying for a while he's been struggling for a win.
It's his first win in the whole league.
First win in the whole league. So
yeah.
It's not just his first win in the tier then, it's his first win in the league altogether.
I bet he is going absolutely ecstatic.
Well, we'll find out shortly.
Yeah.
He's the winner, so he will be having to come and join us very shortly for our post-race conversation,
interview,
which is something that we're starting to do this season. I'm kind of leaning more towards him now, although Matthias had an absolutely epic drive to find 17 places throughout that race. I'm kind of leaning towards Aiden there because it is his first ever league win.
Right, do you want to get Aiden in?
Well, my plan was to just give him a minute or two because winning and racing, it's one of those things that there's a massive amount of adrenaline running. So I think we just need to just give him a minute, let him just soak it in and wind down a little bit, and then we'll pull him into the chat and have a little bit of conversation with him.
Aiden picks up P1, Matthias picks up P2, Colby picks up P3, Armin picks up P4, Cami picks up P5, Sky picks up P6, Red Dog picks up P7, Schnitzer gets P8, Kieran gets P9, Scotty gets P10, Paranoid gets 11th, Jack Slater 12th, and then Cameron Porter, Clay, Joseph, also Matey, Teddy Henke, Nico Rosberg, and El Jobbo all not finishing. But not a bad drive from Aiden.
Not at all.
Right, I think we should get him in.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So if you wanna whack him an invite.
I thought you was gonna do it, but yeah, I can
I'm
do that
in
now.
control of the stream. You forget.
Yes, I always forget that, but yes, no, I'll do that now. I'll bring him into the party. Just give me a minute, because I've just made sure that he's up for it. You know, like I said, adrenaline running and all that. So I have added him into it.
Yeah.
So just gonna have to wait for him to join us. Here we go. So.
Good evening, Aiden. So, your first race win, and I'm not bad.
Yeah.
In the whole of CDR.
Yeah.
It's taken you 4 seasons.
Yeah, it has, but it's been some highs and lows there. So.
Aiden.
Yes.
Could you turn the stream down, please?
He's watching us, isn't he? Forgot to turn the volume down. Should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, so talk to me about the safety car. First safety car, we decided to go onto the hards.
As I went into pits, NFD came up and it says obviously race strategy. Now, I was originally going to do one stop in mediums, but it wouldn't let me change my NFD, it was just stuck on the race strategy. so I ended up going hards, and yeah, it worked.
So, Jeff kind of got the win for you.
In a
Jeff made
sense,
you do what he wanted you to do.
yeah, yeah. But I was gonna one stop either way, but I think going on to the hards was probably a better choice since at the end of the race. I think I was 25% on all tires, so I think
Yeah, I mean,
that was the
we
case.
actually thought it was a purposeful change onto the hard tyres. We were saying during the comms that we thought that a lot of drivers, because it was such an early safety car, that they may go on to the hard. So we actually thought you'd done it on purpose. We had no
Yeah,
idea it was a mistake, but it was a well-worked
no,
mistake.
I know, but after obviously like tier 3 last season, I got wing damage earlier on in the race, and I went on to the hards, and I got P4, so I kind of knew that the hards were a decent tyre into.
Great. So how are you feeling then? Your first race win?
Oh, over the moon. I mean, coming in that last lap, and I knew I got a warning at the end, the sector 3, in the 28th lap, and I can't get a warning. I got one, and I was annoyed at myself because Sky was only 4 tenths behind me.
Yeah, we was trying to work it out at that point how many more warnings Sky had and whether he could risk to push as hard as you
Yeah.
could, because once you picked up that 3 seconds, you could risk another 2 warnings,
Even
effectively. But we figured out Sky had actually already had those 2 warnings and couldn't push as hard as you, because if he got one more, he had another 3 seconds, which he did eventually accumulate after dropping off the back of you
and even
at turn 9.
like, I think it was second safety car where everyone pitted. I wasn't too sure. 'Cause I know a lot of people went on the softs, and I thought 12 laps on the softs when I used all my sets on quality. I just didn't think. So I stayed out and try to get cocky at my DRS was a challenge.
Yeah, we saw you struggling to try and do that. We knew it
Yeah.
was going to be interesting as well when we realised it was Kulpi sitting behind you instead of Scott, because he'd obviously
Yeah,
chosen to pit.
he's a fast driver as well, especially when I think like, 3 behind us from 1 to 4 was on hards. So it was
Yeah.
either I just take my time or I try to break out DRS, and Sky eventually put pressure on him, which we went side by side, and that got me my time.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
It helps you because of
yeah.
them battling. It gives you a little bit of a breathing room, which is always nice to have.
Even back to quality, like I saw Henke was on the lap, and the speed of him.
Yeah, he's very, very fast.
I'm
We
just
saw
gonna
him
go
tier
out
3 last season.
and be safe, and then I heard you say invalidated, and you went into pits, and I just thought that it's only me to lose pits, so cool.
The thing is, if you hadn't have invalidated that last lap, you
I would
were
have
improving. So I think you would have actually broke into the 21s, but you was very, very close. 22.006.
That corner, I think it's turn 5. Even in practice, I'm validated there so many times.
Yeah,
so.
you've got to be careful on turn 5.
Yeah.
We mentioned that before anyway, that turn 5 is a very dangerous corner. You clip too much inside curve and it's going to spin you, and we saw a couple of people doing that tonight. I think Kieran did it a couple of times himself. So, I mean, it does happen. But again, congratulations. Well-deserved win from the front. Stayed at the front. And
well deserved beverage tonight.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You definitely deserve it after that race.
I think it's maybe time to go to sleep and wake up at 7 in the morning. Yeah. Actually, just
Well, then on that note, you get off and do that.
Yes.
And we can get this stream wrapped up. So
Yeah.
congratulations and enjoy your night, mate.
Thank you. Good calling, by the way. Oh, nice mate.
So,
That's Aiden then.
that is our
he's
race
retired.
winner. Yeah.
I can't blame him because I know just how grueling it is racing on these wheels. It's definitely a workout.
Oh yes, especially if you've got your force feedback turned as high as I do.
Yeah. Well, we won't go into how high you have yours.
No.
But that is us all wrapped up then for Australia.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of very, very good racing out there. But for me, I think we can only call one person driver of the day there, and it has to be Aiden for me. And I'm not, you know, his teammate and all that. It's his first win. We can't not give him driver of the day for his first CDR win.
After 4 seasons?
Yeah, I think he left for a little bit during season 2.
No, it was middle of season 1, I think he left.
Well, I joined season 2 and he was there then, and then he left for a little while and then he came back. I think it was at the end of season 2 before 3, something like that.
Somewhere around there.
But either way, he's been here pretty much since the start. You know, apart from a little sabbatical he had in the middle there, and he's never managed to claim a win. So to claim a win is a big achievement for him, and to do it in tier 2 is pretty good too. So I think for me it has to be Aiden for the driver of the day.
Yeah, I'm happy with Aiden.
I mean, it's unfortunate for the likes of Matthias and Corky. They both had awesome drives, you know, from so far down the grid. But some things just trump a good drive, you know, and first ever win, for me, has got to be one of those. So, I think for me it's Aiden. So, would you like to get us all wrapped up for the night then? And we can get off here?
Right. I've been CDR Ninja. I've been joined by the not so great Mechanical. We'll see you here at Australia on Sunday.